All right, guys. Having some issues with the chat tonight. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure this is going good. I don't know what's going on. This is going good. I don't know what's going on. All right, cool. For some reason, it just was like a little delayed, and in my webcam, I couldn't see it for a minute, so I actually have to just kind of talk through here. Welcome back, Mondays with Mike. We'll see kind of who gets in the group and who's in here. Um, Go ahead and shoot some questions into the comment section in the lower. If you have questions on parts, we come back in here every Monday at 8 o'clock East Coast time. And pretty much just come in here to talk about different parts that are out, sales. If you have a question about your order, we can take care of it. So it's just easier to get on here and kind of talk through some stuff with you guys. So we'll kind of wait and let a couple people get into the group and see who gets some questions going first. And what's up, dude? I don't know. I was like looking at my page that I usually can see everything on, and for some reason I didn't think we were even live, but I'm looking at my YouTube page and it looks like we are. So I'll just go ahead and keep it on here, and you guys can ask questions. Um, for anyone new to the channel, we basically just all come in here and talk about parts. For Hondas, I like people getting involved in the chat too. You can talk between yourselves, each other questions. I don't really care. Basically, just get on here every week just to see who kind of hops on and keep the conversation going every week. So this week, a lot of busy stuff still with us. Obviously, you guys have probably seen we got a couple videos online. The PRL Type R intakes finally arrived for the brand new FL5 and DE5 Tiger Type S, and they look amazing in person. Great quality as always from PRL. And a close look into it. We have an install video, going with the product basically. And then one of my customers decided to do a nice install video for us. So I have that in a short. So let's see. Let's get in the first question from Roman. Dropping turbo for the 11 Gen SI. Install Fortune rods. To be honest, you just basically when you tune with whoever knows how to tune the car, they're going to know you're on stock rods. They should know exactly what power you need to be at. I think on our car we were roughly around 28 psi, and that got us. We didn't have an SI. We just had the Sport Touring, which doesn't see as much fuel flow as the SI. We managed to do 314 wheel and 275 torque. So you can probably get around 330 wheel, 340 wheel, and about 310 torque. That's your number right in there. I wouldn't go anymore. Yeah, I actually have a used turbo. It might be sold. I had a guy that was going to buy it, but he hasn't bought it yet. That was just used on our car to do some dyno footage stuff. It's got 50 miles on it, and we're selling, or I've got the brand new ones in stock. So, yep. No, that's fantastic. The turbo sounds amazing. It's super loud. One of the things the car lacks, it's got plenty of torque, but the horsepower kind of falls off because you're just that small of a turbo is just so much. And when you up the boost on the stock turbo, all it's going to start doing is just pumping just hot air, and eventually it'll just make no power. Yeah, horsepower doesn't kill the motor; it's the torque that does, because the torque is what is actually moving the piston up and down, and is what is going to cause your rod to go out the block. So, But if you go with a respectable tuner like Mirabel, Manolito, Derek Robbins, Derek Robinson, who we use from IMW, um, they're all going to know the limits. They all should ask you what mods you have, what's done to the motor, and they'll tune based off that. So you're usually good as long as you go with a good tuner. But so yeah, we had the Type R stuff come in this week. Almost sold out of them already. I think we had about 25 left over from our pre-orders, and I've already sold. I think I have two left. So we sold 23 in 5 days. So I've got another, I think another 40 intakes coming in another 2 weeks. So if you guys are on here, and you watch the Tucker video, I've had several people ask me today, "Do you have in stock?" And you haven't ordered yet. So you're just a ticking time bomb whether you're actually gonna get an intake if you wait any longer. So they're first come, first serve. When the last one's gone, I'll change the description online to show 1 to 2 week wait. I wouldn't wait. Yeah, you just gotta be careful. Some of these tuners out there are complete hacks. I would definitely go with people that I mean, Derek's probably tuned more 1.5s than anyone on the planet. You know, Derek actually wrote all the bass tunes for the KTuner software. He's the one that did all the testing for KTuner. Um, he also did all the two-step performance tunes. So he's the one that I suggest for tuning your car. It's actually really good to deal with. Just make sure you read his website because he does have some things he likes people to read through when they order tunes to understand. So, um, yeah, the only reason people are blowing their head gaskets is the head that they're stretching boost over a long period of time. It's not that the head gasket actually fails, it's that the head's stretching from the block and, it basically is just creating the coolant to go into the cylinders. But like I said, if anyone's worried about a 1.5 Accord or any 1.5, just do the head studs. It's like $300 for a set, and then you don't have to worry about your head gasket going out. Did you get, I saw you got the radiator from Garage 16. Yeah, I mean, the ARP head stud should be able to hold about 5, 600. So you're definitely good with those. Just the only thing with forged internals on it depends what motor you're going with the L15. There are no rods out for the Accord block or the 11th gen block. You would have to use the 10th gen crank as the rods are different. So you would have to get 10th gen rods and a 10th gen crank. I mean, a lot of people ask me all the time, like, should I just swap to a K20 versus building a 1.5? Fact is, depending on the state you're in, the K20C won't pass smog in those states because you have to go through a lot of stuff to get it actually certified for the chassis. Whereas if you build a motor for the L15, you can still put the stock parts back in the car when it comes to pass smog, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people I keep seeing people post in this 11 gen group that they're going to go out buy a Type R and Type R transmission do the swap. It's like you're going to be 6 grand in the hole because it doesn't work. I keep telling people online. It's funny. We're doing a lot of the work to do this stuff, and I understand people have done it with the 10th gen. And all the info is out there by us, nobody else on the 11th gen. And I still see kids trying to do this all on their own, and they're buying shit that is not going to work. It's like, just trust us and buy the parts from us, and I will help you out. That's why we're putting all the hard work in. We're videotaping everything, getting all the information out there. Yeah, the crank's the same, it's just the rod, the actual distance on the bearings are actually different on the 11th gen. There's more bearing material on 11th gen rods than there is 10th gen. Trying to get Sains to custom order a set, some sets for us. I need to do a $20,000 order with them for them to do it, but I'm waiting on an email back from them if they'll actually make the 11th gen rods because I sent them rods 2 years ago to have made, so we would be the only company that would offer the rods. Yeah, the crank's the same on the mains. It's just the rods that are different. And I have an L15 sleeve block if you want a sleeve block. I mean, that's the next thing that's gonna go once you beef up the internals is the stock sleeves are gonna crack. Depends on how much power you're making, or wanting to make. 400, you don't really have to worry about that, but beyond that, you would definitely wanna look into a sleeve block. Yeah, I always find it so funny. I get on here all the time, to do the live feed, and the amount of emails that I get coming every time I come on here is just insane. Um, I'm trying to think what else is really going on. It's just really busy. A lot of stuff is sold out. A lot of wait times again. Obviously, it's the busiest time of the year. Well, I have a sleeve block. It's a brand new OEM L15B7 block with sleeves installed. And I'm selling that for like 2,200. That doesn't include the rods, crank, or pistons. Rods and pistons are going to set you back anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000, depending on the set. And then the crank, you can probably find one at a junkyard as long as it's in good condition. I'm sure there's plenty of 10-gen guys wanting to sell stuff. We have the block on our website if you want to check it out. We have one in stock. I try to keep one in stock all the time because the wait times on sleeves are typically 8 to 16 weeks uh, for it being installed by us. So, but yeah, that's why we get on here, talk about tons of info. So you don't have to ask it to a bunch of people online that have no idea what they're talking about. I was in one of the groups yesterday and there was another guy talking. The guy was commenting that he's going to type R swap for his 11th. And there literally was people saying, oh, you need a different computer. Oh, you need a different harness. Oh, this won't work. This won't work. And I'm like, you don't even know the facts or anything about the swap. Please stop commenting because it's so tiring for people that are giving out false, bad information online. And then I have to spend my time talking to customers to correct what these people are preaching. Yeah, I mean, plenty of people have changed them one at a time. I've seen there's even videos on YouTube of people changing them out one by one. I don't see a problem with it. I know a lot of people have done it. It's just a lot of work removing the head when the engine's still in the actual car. But yeah, there, like Andy said, I mean, there can be issues doing it that way too. But yeah, I think I got an email the other day of a guy that actually was doing his head studs and actually broke an OEM one in the head. And I mean, if you do that, I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time to do all the work if you can do it yourself. But if you can't, thousands of dollars. So, I mean, I recommend the head studs. I mean, they're going to stretch through time. It just really depends on what power you want to make. But, definitely that torque. Once you get over 300, they definitely are recommended. I mean, three, we made just over 300 with ours, and I had stock head studs. And that's fine. Yeah, you guys are gonna probably see a little bit more Type R content. I'm really trying to push for more Type R stuff on the channel. I feel like with our knowledge with the K20C, we're so left out by all the Type R guys. Um, and I do have a lot of customers, but I think we still have room where we can build a lot of room with the company with the Type R stuff. So hopefully you'll see a little bit more content on the channel. And yeah, even though my car won't get accepted into the Type R, share up with people. I had a guy that yesterday was just adamant that your car is not a Type R in any way, shape, or form. And I left him a message and said, "There's three things that are different about my car now than your Type R. One is the interior. I don't have any. Two is the body kit and bumpers, and three is the lug pattern. That's it. Everything is identical pretty much." But yeah, shout out to some of the people that went in the group and had some fun in there. It doesn't really bother me that they don't want the car in there. I just find it very interesting. It's like I had a guy literally say to me, like, it's like if I put a Lambo motor in a Honda and tried to show it in the Lambo group. I mean, as far as I see, if something in the car is connected to something, I don't I think it's cool to see what people are up to regardless. I don't have this big ego like some of these people out there, they're like, "No, you're not a Type R, so sorry." Fact is, mine's a Honda, putting a Type R motor in a Honda, and you're still just it's just crazy, that group. I don't know who runs it. I saw, one guy on there, and I don't know who he is, but I see him all the time. His name's Aston Martin. He's one of the moderators. I don't know if they're the ones that just keep, kicking our content out because they don't like my company or whatever it is, but, well, we'll see. Like I said, I'm bringing it to the track when the car's done, and I'll invite almost any 11 type to run. So we'll see what's faster, the FL1 or the FL5. Well, it hopefully will eventually be one. I mean, there are some really fast cars out there. I think the fastest 11 gen is like 11.1 right now. And then I know of about four Type R 10th gens that run low tens and then 9-second quarter miles. So I just want to have fun with some people. Car definitely is pretty heavy, so I need to get the weight down on the car quite a bit. We'll see. I mean, that's what racing's for, is to have fun and have a good time. Kind of figured we all have Honda stuff. I've shared swap in several other groups and definitely weren't even connected anywhere closely to my Civic, and was met with just tons of people who are like, "Man, that's fucking cool. That's cool." The Accord group, the RDX group, and the TLX group. So, and I would actually think that those guys would be like, "Dude, get the thing out of here. Like, you don't have a TLX, you know?" Fact is we're trying to show some of the stuff with modifying the K20C for content. I mean, so yeah, I'm excited to see what the Accord does too. It's going to be a good year for racing. You can never get your damn turbo. Huh. I think I checked. Let me check again and see if there's any updates. I just got another update sheet from them. Turbo 407. That's the date that I have. So hopefully it comes earlier. Damn Australians. I think that's part of the problem, Andy, is it's probably shipping from Australia. I mean, I would have paid extra if they would have just let me put that thing on a plane. I might actually, I gotta see. I actually might reach out to TurboSmart. I'm gonna and Haltech. I'm gonna be in Australia next year, and would love to do some content from Australia, and maybe go over and see TurboSmart and Haltech. Obviously, both our builds are going to be powered by Haltech. I eventually will probably switch over to TurboSmart Turbo on the 9 gen. The 11 gen will be running by then. So, yep, going down under, but that's not till 2025. Yeah, I mean, whatever you wanna do. I mean, I would wait till that date, and if we don't get anything, we'll just cancel the order and get the Garrett. So, Garretts are pretty much always in stock, um, so that's the good thing. You just let me know, like, your drop dead date of when you need it, and go from there, but I'll check probably shit, that's only, like, 2 weeks now, so 2 weeks I'll check, and if I don't get a good response, then we'll get a Garrett out. Alright, guys, if you're in the group for the first time, go ahead and leave a comment in the bottom if you wanna ask about parts. We love chatting in the group between each other. A lot of people get in here every week, and I think it's cool just to build relationships in the Honda community and talk about Hondas, whatever you wanna talk about, parts, racing, anything. So, yeah, everyone's waiting on everyone. I mean, the downpipes that we make, I've had that order since November, and I'm still waiting on our downpipes. I mean, it's almost 4 months now. It's just insane. It's just trying to get it. There's so many people ordering stuff, and, it's just supply chain stuff, and it's crazy. Yeah, that'd be no good. Yeah, so end of month this month. If you guys want, shoot us an order online. We got quite a bit of stuff in stock, and slowly getting the stock out here in North Carolina. I still have the Arizona location, so, which actually is really helpful because now, like for my West Coast stuff, I can get stuff shipped closer to West Coast and East Coast. I can get stuff shipped over here closer. So it's really working out having the two locations. And yeah, business has been really good. Another great month, actually. So tax season is in full effect, that's for sure. But yeah, if you guys are in here, go ahead and do a thumbs up. I'm trying to get as many viewers. We're close to actually finally getting paid by YouTube. I don't know why it's taking this long, but hopefully we'll see that dollar a month come in. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's just more of a packing location, Andy. It's a small little warehouse. I just have a couple people out there that work for me from time to time, and so whenever I need anything, I just shoot them a label, and they get stuff out. So it works out pretty well. Not big enough to hire any full-time employees, but I like doing everything myself, obviously. But yeah, eventually the Arizona one will kind of phase out probably. I'm not sure really on that. I mean, shipping times pretty much for most of our stuff are so quick no matter where we're located. So, yeah, I'm curious. I think Alex Gleat should be going out pretty soon. He's got the brakes all set up now. Um, and it looks like they fit pretty well. I think he had some rubbing. It's just more just how he's spacing the caliper and the rotor right now. But I'm curious to see his 60 foots and times he does. I'd love to see a 10.9. Just make it extra spicy for you when you go out. Cool. Yeah, I would like to still get that whole East Coast 10 a quarter thing going. I just don't know when to do it and kind of how to do it. And maybe we can all talk again and figure out, just like maybe a test and tune night somewhere in the middle of everyone where we can just go out and not that we rent the track out, but we just all show up and, hang out in the pits together and just have a night of, racing at the track or something like that. It doesn't need to be a full blown event. It was more just kind of like a meetup and let's all race and we can do our own bracket racing with each other and maybe have a prize for, fastest time and best 60 foot and, whatever. Yeah, I'm sure both of you are gonna wanna get some testing in with the new setups first. and figure out a time where we can actually get everyone to the track. What's up, guys? Welcome into the group. If you're just joining right now, shoot a comment in here if you want to know about Talk Hondas. I'm here every week. What's up, Harry? How you doing? Got a lot of videos we've been posting online. If you guys can, when you get off of here, just go take a browse on some of them, watch them, give us a thumbs up on them, whatever. Trying to get some watch hours in so we can finally get paid by YouTube. So, like I always tell people, just leave the channel running and leave the computer on. I don't care. I know I do that to a lot of company stuff. Like if I'm busy and I don't have time, I'll just leave their YouTube running, so at least they're making money. Yeah, I haven't really seen anything too bad here. I mean, my wife more freaks about the floods than I probably do. We're actually the house. I mean, we're close to the water, but we're just outside the floodplain. So even with a really nasty storm, the house would still be good. But yeah, there's a lot of areas here where I think if there was something nasty, it would be interesting. Oh man, you're gonna bring in like WWE stuff, Andy. Uh, well, hopefully we can keep shipping the belt all over the country. That'd be kind of interesting. I think a lot of people, though, with the 10th gen Accords just kind of got to a point where they were running these times and they're like, it's the fastest I'm going to get. Now there's only a handful of people that are really like trying to push it a little further. Ah, Mean Gene. Man, I miss that guy. Those were the days, I tell you. I feel like most people that are watching this channel would probably know what year it's also got a video up today. I know a lot of people were looking for content on the new NVIDIA exhaust for the 11th gen. I posted a video of the N1 sounds today. If you want to go listen to it, it sounds pretty good. Um, Customer is on a stock downpipe, so it doesn't sound as loud and doesn't have like the pops that you normally hear. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. See, I'm not seeing it on my studio, and I have no idea why. So I don't know. A lot of people are in here. I think there's just like issues or something with it because I can see it on my cell phone. Um, but it just keeps like it's actually playing, but it's like it looks like it's like buffering, but it's not. I mean, it's all live. I don't know why, but it's weird because in my studio edition where I can actually see the video, there's no picture at all. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If anyone else is in here that can't see anything, let me know. Uh, yeah, it's kind of weird. Usually it'll just pop up and I can see everything, but for some reason I just don't. Yeah, I think probably a lot of people aren't. And see if you can get in. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking for the hell of it tonight. And nobody's in here. I mean, I just clicked the link and I got on. So I don't know. Interesting. Well, that's all that matters. At least some people are seeing this. Yeah, it would kind of suck to do like 40 minutes of content and literally it didn't go out to anyone. Well, I see there's about 6 people watching right now. So assuming that it's actually coming through. I think one of the events we got coming up is H Days coming up, um, in April. We won't be there. I've got too much going on with the business and just obviously car's not done. So, and then we have Tail of the Dragon is I think April 4th somewhere. Not going to be at that one. I will be at next year's, I promise. We'll be at Tail of the Dragon next year. It's just this year with the move and everything. And oh, there he is, Mr. Heavily Modded Type S. Already got the big turbo going on. Aha, cat's out of the bag now. I just won't say which one. Um, Honestly, an average person would be able to do the swap. I kind of like the fact that we put the motor in that in the car and in a garage with just a jack and a transmission jack. Um, Obviously, I didn't have an had to fly out to Arizona to do this. Limited tools because I shipped what I thought I would need, and obviously, there's always times where things just happen, and you're like, "Shit, I needed that." But definitely, people could totally do this on their own. There is some custom work, so I would expect the car would have to be down for maybe a week, 2 weeks. You really would want to have everything ordered before, and probably do all the swap, get everything hooked up. But there are going to be some custom things that you might need done welding wise in that. I just don't know about on the 10th gen when you do the K20 C4 swap, you need to custom do some stuff with the intercooler hoses and the intercooler because it's totally different. And that's a lot tighter engine bay than the 11 gen. The 11 gen, I'm assuming the FL5 inner work, and the piping should work. But I don't know that exactly. I may, like I talk about in the series, I'm going a whole different route with the car than most people are. I will actually, when I get the car back here, take all the fab stuff off and then put some of these factory parts on that you would basic most people would buy. The harness is plug and play. You use the SI ECU. You need to buy some modified clips for the harness torque that we sell. You also need to lock your VTEC on the K20 C4. So you're basically just running the VTEC cam. So there will be no VTEC at all. You'll do that. You need to buy a turbo, you need to do the clutch, all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, you could totally do this in a weekend. I think the other thing is you have to have custom axles made. That will hopefully be something when I order our set from DSS that I lock in and can actually include with the kit. So that way you're not waiting forever and we actually have the specs and everything already spaced out. So that's going to be the most expensive part of the axles at about $1,700-$1,800 for us. Um, so it's an expensive swap. I mean, it's not for everyone. If you want to go fast and you want to race, then I would definitely do it. The L15, in my opinion, if you plan on building it, it has just as much promise or power making ability than the K20 C4 based off the, the stock DI injection and all that kind of stuff. Now, if you go all these other things and different standalones, the K20 C4 is shit all over the L15 no matter what. But I'm talking for the main person that just wants to run up in the K tuner. So, I mean, yes, you can get your K20 C4 on a K tuner MF up to 600 horsepower. So, if that's your goal, the L15 is never going to make that unless you go a custom big turbo and nitrous and some other stuff. So, But yeah, I mean, honestly, 99.9% of the people that message me will not buy a Motec unit and can't afford one most likely because when you tell someone they have to spend $9,000 on an ECU, they pretty much shit their pants. Um, and that's the only way you're going to run a actual real Type R engine. We're trying to do the swap for what most people would want, which is using their K-tuner and most of the stock parts. But yeah, it's not cheap. We'll have a kit online. Whether people actually will order it, I have no idea. Um, I'm gonna make it as easy as possible. Yes, there'll still be some stuff you have to do and figure out yourself. We're always here to help a little bit. But yeah, it's not gonna be cheap. I mean, the swap alone, just the parts that I'm thinking off the top of my head, you have to buy the engine and transmission. Okay. So the parts that we're probably gonna sell will be the clutch, the flywheel clutch, a turbo. You need a turbo. You need the install kit for the turbo. Most engines don't come with turbos, so that's one thing you have to think about. You need the injector clips that we offer. You need the side mounts from the Type R. You also need the inlet pipe. So you're probably going to want, because you don't want it to look crappy with that plastic garbage. So you're probably going to want the PRL titanium. So you're already getting up there in money right now. Plus the axles, plus the intercooler, custom intercooler piping. So, but yeah, it'll be a cool swap. I can't wait to show you guys. Hopefully, I'm getting the car off the fab within the next month and a half or so. The people that are doing it, they moved their whole shop, so they're like super behind right now. Builds. So I'm just giving them some time to get caught up, and the car will go over there. Hey, if you're in the group, I see a bunch of people just popped in. Shoot a comment in the comment section and ask us a question. Love to hear your thoughts. Type R question parts, whatever you have, what you should mod, what you should do next. That's why we're in here. So you don't buy shitty parts like a blow off valve for your L15, stuff like that. And if you can, give the thumbs up. Yeah, so another good month. I'm trying to think. I did get an update from Acuity for our 11th gen and Integra Peeps. This might pertain to you, Mark. Also, I'm not sure. Acuity didn't really tell me much. They will have their stage 2 shifter kits coming out. So that would include the rocker for the side to side motion, a couple other things, short throw adapter. Um, yeah, the 9 gen just keeps taking a back seat, dude. Um, I want to get the 11th gen done because it's, so many people are like doing these and it's a newer car. And I just think it'd be so cool getting it out there. Once the 9th gen actually makes its way out to North Carolina, then I'm going to put the motor in the car and transmission, get it all cleaned up. And the only thing is, I still need to build the 9th gen motor. That's the only problem. And part of me just wants to get the thing running to make 700 horsepower, to get all the bugs worked out and get used to the car. Obviously, it's going to be making like, even at 700, it's going to be making like 600 torque. So um, I think it'd be fun just to get used to it for a little bit, and we'll see. Um, I want to get it out here and get it done. Cars taking forever. It's a lot of money. I mean, an engine build on a J swap right now for the power we want is $26,000. MHI Stage 2 turbo needs 5W30 minimum. That's what it needs to run on. Cannot use a zero weight on any upgraded turbo. Your bearing material will not like it. Yeah, well, the J series swap for right now, I just need to, I still need a clutch. The K series trans is stock, the motor stock. Not that it will make a lot of power. I need to finish off fuel system, uh, custom harness, Alltech. and a couple odds and ends, and it would be running basically. So, I mean, it's possible to get it done. But yeah, I mean, I've contemplated actually selling the car, but I think it would be better for me to at least get it all cleaned up, perfect, show finish, running, and then see what I want to do with the car, whether I sell it. I just don't think financially I would get anywhere what I put into it. Yeah, I mean that intercooler, man. I mean, especially in these cars and that they get hot real quick, especially when you're up in the boost on the stock turbos and that. Like they need that intercooler, and then the charge pipes just help a ton because those couplers suck, man. I'm not gonna sell it. I've contemplated over the past couple years, and it just seems weird trying to have 2 race cars. I don't even have time to even build 1. I mean, I think that's more or less the issue right now is just, it's a lot of money and it's a lot of time. I mean, the more I go, the more time I have less time to even work on the car because my business is just literally consumes my entire life from the minute I wake up in the morning till about midnight. I mean I've been working today since 7 AM. I'm still working, and then I'll probably have another half an hour of, uh, emails and tracking numbers to do after this, so definitely long days. A lot of people, when 5 o'clock hits, they just I know several companies that I've been getting a lot of emails from people asking why they don't respond past 5 o'clock or on weekends, and I'm always gonna respond all the time. It's just how I am. I don't like number 1, I don't like stuff piling up through the weekend, so we come in on a Monday morning, it's complete shit. So yeah, dude, your intercooler looks great with the painting on there. Yeah, the 11th gen's such a joy to work on over the 10th gen. It's crazy how much that extra couple inches in the front end just made working on the car. I mean, I looked at the case swap when we put it in ours, and I'm like, "Man, there is so much room in the front of this car." Well, the data logging doesn't really matter, if someone's in the car. I mean, it is a little easier because when I'm kinda data logging sometimes, you're already working on what mile per hour, then you're looking around to make sure there's, no cops, there's no people in the way, and that's already kind of a pain, and then you gotta kind of be cruising at the right speed and take up the right time, so the data logs come back consistent. It is sometimes easier to have someone in the passenger seat and hit the record button to data log, and then turn it off and save it while you're driving. It's up to you. Yeah, we've been doing a lot more, Type R stuff lately, that's for sure. If you are in here and you saw the Type R video and you're looking for an intake, I have 2 left, so don't wait. Serious, get an order in now if you actually wanna have one. I have another order I placed after my initial first order, and I think I have more intakes coming in 2 to 3 weeks, so, um, yeah, and I think we have another 30 coming in at that next batch, so should have quite a bit. I have tons of 11th gen stuff if anyone wants like shitloads of 10th gen stuff. The only Accord stuff I'm sold out of right now, I believe, is the charge pipes. Yeah, I wish I could do a 60 to 130. Man, when I lived in Arizona, like, that was impossible. Well, where I lived anyways. All the roads were not flat, they all have a slight downgrade or upgrade, and just impossible. I was like 20 minutes from the freeway. Yeah, but like Andy says, you don't need someone in the car. I mean, all I say is just I don't the only thing I don't like cataloging like this is it's just the reason why I started going to the dyno is I just don't feel comfortable doing some of these speeds on some of the roads that they want you doing all these live tuning on the street. It just eh, that's just me. It does get a little sketchy sometimes. So, yeah, usually I'll just take it to a, dyno shop and then actually do a remote tune with Derek or Manolito or that, and they'll do all the tuning while you're on the dyno. So, it's easier and it gets it all done in one day. It makes it double the price though usually because you're having to rent someone's dyno for this. So, yep. Well, for anyone in here, make sure you come back next Monday. We're here at 8 Eastern every Monday to talk parts. So if you have a question, get in now or wait till next Monday. That's kinda nice. Oh, cool. Well, I'm trying, man. I haven't had many people upset, but, a lot of people are very picky on their parts, and it's tough, especially this time of year, to get everything in a real quick paced and timely manner because there's just so many people ordering stuff, so appreciate you. That's why I keep putting in the hard work. It's not just for me, it's so you guys get the service that you deserve. Yeah, I mean, especially the faster your car gets, the sketchier it gets, you know? It's just there's so much going on when you're data logging and watching traffic and polls and all this stuff. By the way, I saw what happened to your friend in that crash, and that was they're lucky to be alive. Yeah, the freeway late at night's the best. I mean, I just unfortunately didn't have one. Arizona was very sketchy because there's so many undercover cars that cruise the freeways at night looking for racing, and, they're all just undercover, mainly like Hellcats and that. Here in North Carolina, the freeway that I have right by the house, it's about 10 minutes from the house. It actually has some really nice straightaways that we're all the way out in the middle of nowhere, so, I mean, there's, like, nobody on the freeway ever, so, but the only thing I'd be testing would be the Honda Passport. Ouch. Dang, that is not good. Were they racing or did they just lose control and run off? Oh, dang. Yeah, I actually had that happen one time. I got very lucky. 2 times I had an old car. Everything was set up on the car for autocross. So it was super stiff suspension, and, I think I took a corner at about 90 in a canyon, and, one of my rear bushings actually gave out on the car, and it was that thing got sideways all over the place. Because when the car's super stiff and all of a sudden it lets go, like, it's a completely different car. And that actually happened to me twice. Super scary. Oh, you're in the sticks too. I'm kind of in the sticks, I guess. Where I live here, it's nice because it's quiet. There is a semi downtown, but, I mean, we're, like, 2 hours from Raleigh. I mean, it's not close to much. Haha, that's cool. Alright, guys, well, I think I'm gonna end it tonight. I'm getting tired, and I got still some more work to do. Um, but yeah, keep an eye out for more content this week. I have some stuff I'm working on, and probably see some more YouTube videos and more Instagram stuff. And yeah, thanks for tuning in this Monday. We'll see you next Monday, 8 o'clock here, and have your questions ready. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. I'll send you tracking on your turbo when that ships too. hopefully this week or next week, I think. And yeah, everyone can get their parts and get ready for good racing this summer. Get to the track. All right, guys, make sure to hit up our website and buy some parts if you can if you need anything. All right, see ya.